Smart 24, driving business.
Now, we'll be back from the break as we continue to give you more updates regarding business. Just a quick one, the markets on the Zabo platform are now open. So please head out there, use the USSD code *292#, follow the prompts, and you can definitely kickstart your investment journey. Zabo, a platform by Altex East Africa, makes it so simple, yet not that difficult. If you are to look at that, if you are yet to invest in bonds and securities, please do so and use the Zabo platform. With a minimum of 15,000 Ugandan shillings, it is that simple and possible. Zabo is a platform by Altex East Africa, which says do something new. The markets open at 8:15 a.m. They're now open and close at 3:15 p.m. East African Standard Time. Note that these markets are only closed on weekends and during public holidays. So it's that simple and instant with Zabo. It's a no hassle for you. Zabo, my money, my future. Altex East Africa, do something new. Let's head to sports business this morning. With sports business, now we do start off with the Uganda Premier League. Now, the defending champions, Vipers, a soccer club, have parted ways with their Brazilian manager, who led them to the trophy and also leading them to the group stages of the CAF Champions League this particular season. Now, Vipers did part ways with Roberto Oliveira, as Roberto Oliveira was confirmed that he's no longer the head coach of Vipers. The Venoms did confirm this in a statement which was released on the club platforms last week. Amongst the other things that was written, that Vipers Sports Club announced that Mr. Roberto Oliveira, alias Robertinho, has left his role as the head coach with immediate effects, reads part of the statement. The club too is likely to thank Robertinho for his tireless efforts as the head coach during his time at the club and wish him success in the future. The club shall, in the shortest time possible, come up with a statement on the technical bench leadership following the coach's departure. Now, apparently, Roberto Oliveira is now the new head coach of Simba SC, and he has agreed to a 3-year contract, according to sources coming in from Tanzania. The Simba SC. Roberto joined Vipers in August 2021 and helped them win the Uganda Premier League title last season, and also helped them to qualify for the CAF Champions League group stages. He also led the team into the group stages for the first time. That is the CAF Champions League group stages for the first time. Now, of course, Vipers are into the group stages, but they will definitely need to have a coach with serious experience in CAF Champions League football if they are to compete favorably and get into the knockout stages of the competition. Okay, now let's cross over to Europe and look at one of the reasons behind why Liverpool and Manchester United, who are two giants of football, are up for sale at the same time. This has been information that has been happening and coming in over last year. Now, two of the world's biggest and most profitable football teams are on the market at the same time, and it's no coincidence, according to the analysts. In November, the owners of first Liverpool and then second Manchester United confirmed that they were open to new investment offers with the potential of full sales for the top flight English football clubs. Liverpool's owner, US sporting conglomerate Fenway Sports Group, is thought to have put a roughly £3.3 billion, that is $3.97 billion total value on the club for anyone who wants to buy it. 12 years after acquiring it for just £300 million. Now you can imagine how much money they want to make from this particular, after making it so profitable in just a period of 12 years. Now, Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley have prepared a sales deck for interested parties, according to what the Athletic newspaper in the UK reported. Meanwhile, New York listed shares in Manchester United popped 18% on the news. That is on November 23rd. After the owners said that they were similarly opening themselves up for investment opportunities. A full takeover of the club is expected to fetch £5 billion or more. The club is majority owner, the American Glazer family, that is for the American owner of Manchester United, has had a tumultuous relationship with fans since gaining a controlling stake in 2005 for £790 million in a controversial, highly leveraged deal which added a substantial debt pile to the club. One of the recurring complaints Manchester United fans have had of the Glazers is the lack of investment in the club across both facilities and the players. And just recently, Cristiano Ronaldo, during his interview with Piers Morgan, uncensored, one of the most controversial interviews of 2022 before the World Cup, Cristiano Ronaldo apparently came out and revealed that when he returned to Manchester United, for the first time after 11 years away from the club, he got to realize that the gym equipment was the same as he left in 2009. So there was clearly no change of anything at Manchester United, no added technology, even with this particular changing world. Something that most of the fans are saying that the team is yet to add more facilities into the club. But of course, if you look at the two teams, Manchester United is among the top 10 or top 5 teams to heavily invest in the last 10 years, to invest in their teams in regards to issues to do with signing of players. But however, when you look at the trophy cabinet, the last time they won the English Premier League was 2013. And of course, they went on to win some other trophies, which include the UEFA Europa League with Jose Mourinho. Then they apparently went on to win more with more FA Cups as well. But they are yet to attest to some serious glory ever since Jose Mourinho left the club. But when you look at any future boosting funding, is coming in from an ever more competitive field from fellow Premier League clubs such as Manchester City. This particular one is owned by Dubai Royal Sheikh Mansour bin Zayed Al Nahyan, and then Newcastle, acquired last year by an investment group led by the Saudi Arabian Public Investment Fund. And of course, the Saudis as well still eye investing in Liverpool and Manchester United. So Arab money is quickly taking over top European football. Lastly, from sports business, we cross to the transfer market as the transfer madness has already kicked off since the January transfer market window started off yesterday and opened officially. Chelsea have agreed a £35 million deal for Monaco defender who will have his medical on Monday, which is today. Now, Chelsea have agreed a £35 million deal to sign Monaco defender Benoit Badiashile. The 25-year-old will undergo a medical with the Blues today. And Badiashile has made 135 appearances for Monaco and capped only twice by France. Badiashile is considered one of the best young left-footed centre-backs in Europe, and this has been a profile of a player Chelsea have wanted since the summer. But since Tony Bowley took control of Chelsea in May 2022, the club have pursued a strategy of signing talented young players in Wesley Fofana, who is currently age 21, Kane Chukwuemeka, 19, Cesare Casadei, age 19, David Dadrop Fofana, and Gabriel Solinina have all signed for the club amongst the other players. But of course, Chelsea have continuously spent some good money on signing players as well as signing a new manager in Graham Potter, having fired Thomas Tuchel in as early as the season had just started. So you can definitely see how Tony Bowley is making some changes in Chelsea. But however, Chelsea is not performing up to his expectations in regards to what is coming in the performance. Yesterday, Chelsea were drawn a 1-1 stalemate by Nottingham Forest, who came from behind after Chelsea had led through Raheem Sterling in the 16th minute. Well, besides that, as we're summing up with sports business this morning, Manchester United is goalkeeper, that is Martin Dubravka from Slovakia, has been recalled back by Newcastle after he was sent there on a season-long loan. So Newcastle have recalled him back to play for Newcastle as a backup goalkeeper for Nick Pope, as Newcastle prepares to compete favorably for the top 4 spots come next season. All right, that's it for Sports Business this morning. So now we get the letters from Business in Entertainment with Barija Andrew, who is in here ready to usher us into a new year 2023. Good morning, Andrew. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Jerome. How was it? How was it 31st?
31st was pretty much more going for prayers, kololo, and it was a turnout for most of the people in there to welcome the year in prayer and worship.
Wow. Very, very brilliant. Actually, personally, I really felt like I had to be, I needed just personal time during that time, the 31st. But of course, it's very important for somebody to, of course, to engage in prayer as you prepare for the new year 2023. Now, getting straight into the business and entertainment this morning, just quite lots of amazing stories happening as we see 2023 starting in a way that is quite unpredictable and, of course, very surprising. That's to the movie industry, and we anticipate, of course, much more revenues to that. And of course, I wish you and I congratulate you to have reached this new year alive. And of course, those that are into the entertainment industry, I believe it's going to be a year to benchmark and, of course, put into use what you've benchmarked, not just benchmark and just leave it there. Now, with the business entertainment this morning, I will start with AMC. And now here we are looking at the AMC Theatre CEO signals a salary freeze. This is very, very interesting. The CEO of AMC came out and said that actually we should, all the top executives, all the top directors, all the top board managers, they are not going to receive salaries. Why? The company is not really performing to the expectations. And at the end of the day, it's costing the shareholders. If we pay ourselves salaries, the shareholders that are investing into this company won't be benefiting from that. So that is what he has really opted to do. The MC Theatre CEO Adam Aaron has called for a salary and stock pay freeze for himself, first of all, and other top executives at the exhibition giant as they look to weather the continuing economic storm circling the theatrical movie business, and of course would to see whether it will really come down with time. So that is something very amazing. So I'm asking myself a question. This is very, very wise of a CEO. He knows what it means to be a CEO, right there, saying that, no more salary for me. So this is in favor of those that are investing, that are investing into the stocks of AMC. So that means these board members should really work hard. So that points back to the time that this is something to do with work. If you don't work, you're not going to get paid. It's not about earning free money. Because for you right there, you may be thinking, oh, probably if I was made CEO of this company, I would be flourishing. But it shows you that it's work. If a CEO says no salary for me and top directors, then you get to understand what really it means to be into the entertainment game in such a time when, of course, there is still just a little recovery from the effects of the COVID-19. But of course, we anticipate the best of 2023 regarding these matters that, money will be flowing into the industries. Now, away from AMC, as much as the CEO said no salary for the top executives, Netflix, of course, top executives, that's Reed Hastings and Ted Sarandos, of course, in line for $35 million and $40 million Netflix paydays. That's in 2023. So Netflix is just announcing how it's going to pay its CEOs come this year, 2023. That's $40 million and $35 million. Now that means Reed Hastings will be earning $35 million and Ted Sarandos $40 million. That's very, very interesting. Netflix is changing how its top executives get paid to encourage them to take more of their compensation in stock bonuses tied with performance. That's now the line which I really am so interested in. And of course, I know just that there is that excitement about money
getting paid that money. It's a lot of money, by the way. It's money that can make you really earn a fortune. But now somebody is telling you it's attached to performance. How best are you promoting the company? It's really aggressive. And Netflix has really been out there. It's a big conglomerate, let me say that. They have featured quite lots of movies worldwide, all over the place. And, they are doing really great. Their streaming platforms, their streaming numbers are doing the best. About 253 million subscribers on Netflix. And these are paying money, not free subscribers. So you get to realize that these top execs really deserve to be paid for their hard work. That's Ted Sarandos and Reed Hastings right there. And of course, still, if I review further this report, I see that in what is shaping up to be a critical year for the streaming giant, Netflix says that co-CEOs, that's Reed Hastings and Ted Sarandos, will have 2023 paid packages valued at that amount, 34.65 million and 40 million. That's respectively, of course, based on on how each has performed individually to ensure that the company grows into a mega multi-billion empire like we see lately. Okay, now away from Netflix, we head to Comcast, and that's the former CFO, that's Kavanagh. Michael Kavanagh has turned into the president. Yes, Comcast Inc.'s contract with President Michael Kavanagh through so it's to run from 2024 till 2027 right there. And so and the most amazing thing that he's going to be earning a salary of $2.5 million US starting March next year. How much is that in Ugandan money? Approximately 7 billion. That's in a full month. Starting March, Kavanagh is going to be earning $2.5 million. Now, remember, among us other, Comcast is a company that has not really hasn't made lots of losses, and their share prices have actually, if you to compare the share prices of Disney, the share prices of Netflix, their share prices have been stable for the year 2022. So that explains why there is this promotion to the CFO from CFO to now president. Is the former chief financial officer of that's Comcast. So 2022 has been quite a fair year, by the way, for Comcast, because if I review a report here, it says that while Comcast stock price hasn't fallen as much as some of its Hollywood peers, that was in the year 2022, we get to realize that Warner Brothers Discovery, their stock fell by 60% since the combined firm started trading. Netflix shares dropped by 50%, and then Disney fell by 44%. So you get to realize most of the cable media and conglomerate fell by 31%. That's on average over the course of 2022. But Comcast has had quite a fair run out for the entire year 2022. And now we come to the end of the entertainment, of the business in entertainment this morning. As we look at Avatar, I cannot go out without talking about Avatar hitting $1 billion sales in a space of about 16 days ever since it was released. And now James Cameron, I'll say, has beat his record. Now, we see that the worldwide ticket sales for the Disney film now stand at 1.3 billion US dollars. That's worldwide. Now, we include globally, of course, China, Africa, America, Europe. All that, when you total it up, it comes back to 1.3 billion US dollars. So that shows you how the movie is performing. And that's positive to the movie industry, showing that actually the buyers are willing to go back. The fans are willing to go back to the theaters and purchase these tickets and support the movie industry. And that's it for the business and entertainment this morning. And back to you, Jorah.
Well, of course, that is it for entertainment in business this particular morning from Barije Andrew. And of course, we're looking forward for more business and entertainment and more highlights and more movie previews come this very year from the same man, Andrew Barije. Now, we do take a short break. We return with the SMB Inside, and later on in the same hour, we shall be having the SMB on ground out very fast this very year, 2023. Good morning.
Smart 24, driving business.
Luxury redefined at Seasan Hotel as you indulge in the splendor of elegant living fit for the royalty that you are. Step into comfort, pampering and blissful customer-centric service as you select from our range of comfy exquisite living quarters furnished to meet with your royal preference. Surrounded by scenic beauty, our tropical setting allows you to escape the glamorous ordeal of city life. Our ambient green gardens will guide you to a place of revitalizing rest. The 3-star restaurant caters to your palate, serving your choice menu ranging from exotic cuisines to local delicacies. Our chefs will serve you full course meals for a truly out-of-this-world culinary experience. Our fully stocked bar to whet your throat, from renowned global brand whisks, brandies, gins, beers and wines to our locally celebrated beverages, you will not lack for any brewage. It's an all-new experience in the East at Seasan Hotel, so visit today at Plot 15 to 19 Spire Road, Ginger, or contact us on +256 751 719 960 and +256 785 354 614 for reservations. Seasan Hotels, luxury redefined.
Smart 24, driving business. Smart 24, driving business.
It's 3 minutes of 9 o'clock and you're still watching Smart Means Business. Hope you're doing fine. It is a chilly morning and of course the first week of 2023. I don't know how your energy levels are. but pretty much a time for you to position yourself well. If you're going to invest into something, or if at all you're picking up from the few things that you encountered last week or last year, well, may God see you through as you're trailing everything that happens. Will be definitely stepping in for you. But prepare yourself for the opportunities that will arise in 2023. And one of those particular opportunities, Zabo is giving that platform for you. So Zabo says no hassle. If you want to invest, use the USSD code *292#. And well, kickstart of your investment journey. It is going to be very simple, very efficient, and very, very possible for you as an individual. *292# is the USSD code, and you'll definitely kickstart off your investment journey. Learn more about the products that are available on the Zabo platform, and of course, it will be very simple and very easier for you as an individual. Zabo says, my money, my future. The minimum amount of investment is 15,000 Ugandan shillings. Markets open at 8:15 a.m. and close at 3:15 p.m. East African Standard Time. They are only closed during public holidays and during the weekends, but the rest of the days you'll be able to invest in bonds and securities. Powered by Altex East Africa. Do something new. Zabo, my money, my future. Well, besides that, now let's get into our business insight this morning. Now, our insight is targeting Ugandans working in the diaspora. This happens apparently. Some Ugandans leave the country to go seeking for greener pastures. Many are in the Middle East, others trading their plight in Europe. The rest are in the North American continent. Well, besides that, the issue about investment, especially at a time when you're done with your work and you're coming back into your retirement age, most of the Ugandans have been reminded that it's very vital for them to focus more on investing back home. But which particular sectors can they look forward to invest in? We can get more of this particular advice with the Business Insight this morning.
Also have opportunities. Plenty of tourism opportunities. Those of you will hear from our speakers later on. We have the wildlife, we have the birds, we have the water, we have business tourism, which is what you're doing here today. We have sports tourism. Ugandans, I think give Uganda a clap, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to sports. We are now among the best when they count 1, 2, 3. Uganda is next 4, 5. Can you believe it? Athletics was long distance. So we are getting to where we were supposed to be in the first place. And we are now targeting the number 1 as well. So sports, we're doing so much better. We have minerals, we have oil and gas. So my relationship with the diaspora, I know I'm patron of Uganda Diaspora Network, but it spans over 25 years. When UNA organized, was the first organized Ugandan Diaspora Association we met in the US. But we also met diaspora in the UK. They are pretty organized themselves as well. South Africa, China, the Netherlands. I already told you about Iceland. There are not many there. But so that's when we traveled around the world. I have Hope will speak to you later. We were with Hope, she's right there, from the Uganda Investment Authority. We traveled the world. And wherever we went, we met the Ugandans living there. Why did we meet them? They had many constraints. You people have many challenges. And that's why we are still here, because there are more of them, although many have been addressed. You raised expensive visas coming to Uganda. Many are coming home. Yes, you're holding an American passport, but you're coming home. So it's very difficult to understand why we are charging you, I don't know what, was it $100? And yet you have a family of 6, that's $600. It was really not a nice thing to have. So we did try to address that. My friends are here, they'll say more about it. Money transfers, that was another big challenge. I think that has been addressed, and mainly by digitalizing, because Uganda also digitalized. And so this has been made much easier. The national ID has and continues to be somehow a challenge, but I think a lot of progress has been made. And again, you'll hear about it from our friends. Ronnie has made every effort during these events like this one in Canada, in the US, to make sure the embassy is there and is providing national IDs. Because right now, to tell you the truth, diaspora, it is important to have a national ID. There's very little we do now, and they don't say, where's your ID? So make sure you have begun to process your ID, and the process is not so complicated. You'll be able to get it. The other one was banking. You'd send your money, and all kinds of things would happen to your money. The bankers are all here. You're going to hear what they have for you. Land ownership. Many of you are worried you own land here, but who's looking after it? Who is on it? So that's another problem. Those were some. There were many, many problems, and we always came back. Ronnie always comes back as well and reports to government. There's still this problem and that problem that we need to address.
Uganda is ready for business. Uganda is ready for investment. And why Uganda? Maybe you've been away for 10 years, 5 years, 2 years, 25 years. And the Uganda you see today is not the Uganda you left behind. Why? Because we are moving. I will not use that word sweet, but we are progressing. Uganda is developing, and it is safe for you to bring your money to invest in Uganda. So that's a slide to show what briefly I'm going to talk about. Otherwise, I'll need the whole day, especially investment opportunities and what Uganda Investment Authority can do for us. And when I speak for us, it's not only for the diaspora. I'm speaking for the foreign investor and for the local investor. Uganda, we are strategically located. You can use any other word, land-linked, but we are strategically located in the heart of the East African region, in the heart of the Kumesa region. You know, we are now going into AFTA, in the heart of Africa, and in the heart of the world. People from China, people from Japan, people from Australia, they are all looking at Uganda. And of course, I know people from America. We have AmCham here doing business in Uganda. Resource rich. Besides the people, Uganda is endowed. If we change this flow here and everyone lifted their chair, you can grow a bean, a maize, a pea, anything can grow in Uganda. And we just don't want it to grow. The opportunities are in agriculture and agro-processing. So, friends, we are here to have your money invested in a number of opportunities in this resource-rich country. Available, and I call it affordable human resource. I do not like to use the word cheap. When you say it is cheap labor, cheap workforce, then you are getting peanuts. The workforce in Uganda is educated, it is available, and affordable. If anyone can make a quick company here and say, I want accountants, you'll have thousands of applications. I would like human resource managers, 1,000. 2, we have the opportunity and we have the challenge. So the opportunity is that we have the human resource which is available, and the challenge is that we still want your investment to create these jobs. The good climate. It rains in the morning, sunshine at midday, a bit of drizzle in the evening, and if you want a warm night, it can be. If you want a cold night, it can be. That is Uganda. And it's not good climate only for tourism or personal enjoyment. It is for business, for our agriculture, for our manufacturing, for our transport. So the good climate comes in that facet. Lastly but not least, and among many things, supportive leadership. If we did not have supportive leadership in Uganda, we would not be in this room. You would not go through those borders. We would not have people from Tokyo. They would not be thinking about bringing the Nozomi here. I love that train. The Chinese would not be here and doing our infrastructure. But we have supportive leadership. Leadership that supports investment. Leadership that supports business. Leadership that has instituted organizations, ministries like Internal Affairs, Foreign Affairs, the Uganda Investment Authority to facilitate your investment and implementation of projects in Uganda. So are there any reasons why you would not invest in Uganda? Why you don't bring back that money here? There are no more reasons. And I think sometime we'll have success stories. We have a number of diaspora businesses that have started in Uganda. So we look forward to that. Just a few facts about the Ugandan diaspora. I've been informed that you are approximately about 2.2% of Uganda's population. About 600 of you are out there. We would want 1 million of you, or 1.5 million of us out there. Out there doing what? Looking for money to invest back home. Why? Because your remittances, and Bank of Uganda will give us very accurate figures, real-time figures. Your remittances, probably maybe to send hope, to buy a shoe, to build houses, to invest in businesses. And this is our ask this morning. Besides sending money for medicine, for hair, for school fees, send money for investments. Let us up that percentage of 4%. Let us up the remittances, because these contribute a lot to the development, not only of your home, not only of your village, not only of your district, but of Uganda in general. And we will be proud to be called Ugandans. We will stand out there and say, I am Ugandan, Ondaba. And we believe that you're doing many things out there. There are many occupations. We have mechanics, doctors, teachers, nurses, business persons. And in the room, I see a lot of resource that is out there in diaspora. So the banks, the financial institutions in the room are waiting for you. I can see Mr. Patrick Ayota here, waiting for you, and I know he will speak. We are waiting for this money. We are waiting for you to employ the money that you're making out there into investments. And also the skills transfer. When you take that drain, you take away our doctors, teachers, nurses, they upgrade. They become better. Can you bring back that expertise to Uganda? Can you come back and invest in Uganda, in hospitals, in schools, in specialized hospitals, in teaching Chinese? I heard this morning that Chinese, there's a master's in languages. Now, come back and teach us. You know, I would learn more from Mr. Serunjoji teaching me Chinese than from someone else, because I know they understand. They know exactly how I would pronounce certain words. So, that is just a dashboard of Ugandans in the diaspora. I've quickly mentioned about the priority sectors, but we really need your investment in agro-processing and agribusiness, tourism and infrastructure. There's so much tourism products that you can invest in. Minerals, beneficiation, value addition to minerals. ICT, it is the order of the day, and COVID taught us that. Health, I've mentioned about specialized hospitals, infrastructure development, and housing. So there are a number of opportunities. And I know after this, because Simon is signaling to me that I should not talk, reduce on the slides, but there are a number of opportunities. And we are here as Uganda Investment Authority. We have a compendium for you to be able to reinvest in Uganda. There are investment incentives. I will share this presentation with everyone. Incentives that have been given to you, given to us, given to our investor. When you invest in agriculture, in the manufacturing sector, in the tourism sector, and please note that these incentives are across the board, across for a diaspora person, for a foreign person, investor, and for a local investor. So everyone can benefit from the incentives that government has put in place. Quickly, as I wind up, our UIS services, we provide information on investment opportunities using platforms such as this. We issue investment licenses. We help you secure secondary approvals from different government entities that you need for your investment. We definitely provide aftercare services and many other services that you will find at our Uganda Investment Authority. Therefore, Uganda Investment Authority has put together about 16 entities, 16, to help in the process of investment implementation. To do your businesses, and we call it a one-stop center. Not to stop your business, but to facilitate you investing in Uganda. We have Uganda Registration Services Bureau, we have NEMA, National Environment Management Authority, we have the Immigration Department, and all these 16 have sent senior officers to handle the process of your investment establishment in Uganda. That is a slide that we will help you run through how you can set up your business in Uganda. You start with Uganda Registration Services Bureau and go all the way to acquire your taxes, get an investment license, and we also help in project site selection. I will skip, but because of the one-stop center services, Uganda Investment Authority is going to spread out to do regional business development centers. From Tororo, you do not have to come to Kampala. You can go to Mbale because there will be a regional one-stop center for you there. When you are in Gulu, you can have a regional business development center there. And that is UIA's mandate in the next 3 years. Finally, please don't look for us at Lumumba Avenue. We have a home now. We have a home at Plot 1, number 1, yeah, Baskerville Avenue, Kololo. Many of you have been asking me, where are we? I think you're going to Lumumba Avenue.
And well, of course, that is more of the teach regarding the fact that you are a Ugandan who is based in the diaspora, or those who are actually heading back to the diaspora, because most of the Ugandans based in the diaspora normally return to Uganda in December, leave late January or in the middle of January to get back to their workplaces and make more money, then return to invest in some of the other ventures available. Some invest in apartments, some invest in setting up of arcades and all that. Others invest in poultry or agribusiness. So there are lots of investment opportunities available for Ugandans who normally come through from the diaspora, though especially people choose to invest in the real estate sector that I've apparently got to realize or see. But then at the end of it all, there are quite a number of chances and opportunities for Ugandans to invest. The investment opportunities are there. The markets are open. Look through the other various sectors, agribusiness, look through the education sector. So the investment in most of these areas are there. Even sports now, people are investing in there. So for those who are in the diaspora, make the money, invest it back into the country. That way, during your retirement age, let your investments be a reason as to why Ugandans will be definitely getting some jobs as well, and also benefiting the entire Ugandan economy. So that is it for the businesses at this morning. When we do return after the break, we shall be going on ground with Barije Andrew to give you more of the other updates. Stick around.